Coming to the green flag, Eric Wolf on pole alongside Cooper Siron as we come to the green flag here in Russia for the round of Russia here in Division 2 in 2017. And trouble into turn 1 already. Jason Tross goes around in the first corner after starting third. Early issues already as Wolf clears Cooper Siron for the lead. Here's a replay as Jason Tross comes across Alex Morgan as Tross was trying to get a better angle into the corner but was not able to get the corner right, and Anthony Lopez and Kyle Schock Jr., those two have problems into turn 1 as well. Ernesto and Dodd get into some trouble as Ernesto comes slightly across the 24's bumper. Siron already trying to challenge Wolf for the lead. Siron had a pretty rough round of Dubai, so he's trying to make up for lost time. Eric Wolf, who is trying to make up the gap on John Arndt after a couple of close calls for the win the last couple of rounds. Back here in the mid-pack, one of the Sydney cars gets into Luca Fontana and they go into the wall, but they rebound back up to the track. That was Coy, I believe that was Coy Harley, and whoa, more 3 wide. Tamir Delise, he's going to try to split the gap into Pericles, and he's going to rub him into the wall, well, almost into the wall, but comes across into his bumper and almost puts him into the wall that time. And that's going to cost Delise and Pericles several positions. Delise, I think, might have been a bit too eager with that move, because that just caused a lot of chaos and has cost him several positions. Delise getting in even more trouble as him and Takumi Hirano get together in the 21. Delise, he is not having a good night. He is just all over the place getting into people. Amy Shelley in the 74 car, she's actually having probably her best race so far. She runs in the third position as she's trying to hold off Sebastian Torres for the spot. Torres, though, trying to make the pass on the outside as he now goes towards the inside lane here. Shelley has not had a good start to her Division 2 campaign, but she's holding off Torres here for this 3rd place position. Prunes Littlejohn in 21st, looking for 20th as she is still looking for her first points of the 2017 season. She gets around Allie Nelson and gets into her quarter panel, into the corner, and she gets tapped by Matthew Fuller and goes up on her side. And one of the Cybertron Motorsports cars is blown up. Not sure who that is. It's hard to tell apart. I think that's McIntyre. That's McIntyre in the 7 car. He is blown up. And Tross now comes to pit lane. Torres with a big dive into the 74. He's going to get into Shelley. Hit her multiple times. Torres very aggressive with Amy Shelley trying to make this pass. Shelley, though, fighting as they continue to hit each other in the corners. As here comes Shelley's teammate Alex Morgan now trying to capitalize. Shelley trying to make some kind of comeback movement to Torres. I'm sure she didn't appreciate how aggressive he was with that pass. But now she has to watch out for her teammate and Nico Hall, who are right behind her. John Arndt didn't have the best qualifying effort, but now he's setting up a move for 9th place on the fellow Audi driver, Mikhail Dahlstrom. And R tries to put the slide job, but Dahlstrom keeps his foot in it. And more contact, more contact. Arndt pushing Dahlstrom out of the racing groove, and that's going to allow Harley in the 42. to get side by side with them. Harley, Dahlstrom, Fontana. Fontana having his best run of the season so far. And ooh, Fontana putting Dahlstrom in the wall. Some very aggressive racing here as Dahlstrom, he just gets shuffled. Eric Wolf still leading. Cyron has been keeping in touch with them, and Sebastian Torres now, he has made his way up to the front too. So the top three all together. As we are coming up on the first stop of the day, this will be a two-stopper. Here comes Wolf, Cyron, and Torres to pit road as they come in for their first stop. Amy Shelley in the 74, she's going to elect to stay out, as will a couple of other cars. Shelley, she's going to bring in the rest. Well, most of them. As John Art now, he actually decides he wants to go another lap. As does Axel Kvistad. I think they're going to try and maximize the tire wear. John Art stayed out another lap, as did Axel. And this is interesting because Art, he is about to come to pit road. He is just under the halfway point of this race. Art now, they're coming up to pit road, but when he hits the line, he's going to be roughly just under the halfway point, so this is supposed to be a two-stopper. However, John Art and Axel, maybe they have different ideas. Eric Wolf had a great pit stop. He has put a 3.5-second gap on Cyron as he passes by the three former leaders. So Wolf in the 66 team, perfect stop for them. As now Cyron, he's gonna have some work. He's gonna have some work to do if he's gonna catch the German. Luca Fontana looks like he's got a problem. He has slowed. I think he might have a tire going down. As whoa, Fontana into Dahlstrom. Fontana not looking where he was going. Gets into Mikhail Dahlstrom, forces him into the wall. As I think Fontana, I think he might have a tire going down. Or something. He had some kind of problem. Maybe he misshifted a gear, but that 60 doesn't look very healthy. Chris Dodd, he got involved in an accident on lap number 1. He's back up to 15th actually, so Dodd has made a pretty decent comeback here as he's now battling Robert Piet for the 14th position. And Dodd mostly didn't really get much damage from that wreck, so I guess it didn't really affect his car that much, and he's been able to make up the gap here. So he's now setting up the move on the Dutchman. And Dodd, he will pass by the 8 car, and Piet, he will surrender the position. Coy Harley in the 42 car running in 6th place. He is currently on track for his best finish of the season so far. Sydney Auto Works, they've been slowly getting their season together, as Harley and Kvistad currently sit in the bottom half of the 2017 Division 2 points. So today could be a good day if he can keep up this run. He's actually catching Nico Hall and Amy Shelley, so a 4th place finish is potentially possible for this 42 team depending on how things go. Eric Wolf, he's going to come to pit road and get his final stop of the day. And he's pitting quite early too. He's pitting roughly 3 laps early of the window, so I wonder if Wolf might be coming in for an undercut, I suppose. Probably just wants to try to get a gap, get some clean racetrack. Cooper Cyron coming to pit road here for what will be his last stop of the night. He'll bring in Sebastian Torres with him and several others. The 05 Our points leader, John Arndt, we saw him stay out very long on that first stint. He made it just before the halfway point, roughly one lap before. And right now, this 05 team, looking at pit road, it doesn't really look like that they're playing on pitting this 05 car. Him and Axel Kvistad, and actually also Anthony Lopez in the 02. Those three actually decide to stay out so long. And Arndt, who has not gained a position on this last stint, but also has not lost a position. We've seen this 05 team pull off a couple of fuel-related finishes. Could this be another tonight? Eric Wolf, who we saw, he pitted really early. He will make it the rest of the way, but you can see Sebastian Torres has made up a gap. He actually did get past Cyron. But Wolf, who is currently on the who's the highest car on the two-stop strategy, he's probably just at this point trying to hot lap. Lopez, who's on the same strategy as Axel and Arndt, he's going to come to pit road. I guess the 02 team isn't going to take that gamble. Jeff James also to pit road as well. But there goes Wolf. He goes by Lopez. He will move up to the third position. And meanwhile, John Arndt, with 2 to go at the line, I don't think he's going to stop. Him and Axel, they're both not showing any signs of coming to pit road. Both pit crews are still behind the wall. Oh boy. We didn't really consider the possibility of a one-stopper because the fuel window we were projecting was supposed to be a little bit more gracious. Or a little bit more restrictive, I guess, but still. I tell you what, though, I'm surprised. You know, even if he makes this work, I'm surprised if Art is making this strategy because he is the points leader by a good margin, by almost a full race. So, one thing's for sure, Art, he's not points racing here. They're going for wins at this point, but still, this is a very questionable call, regardless of the implications. But, geez. I think John Arndt is going to hedge his bets because he's coming to the white flag and he is not pitting that 05 car. 1 lap to go. If Arndt makes this work, I swear this would be a very impressive call. Him and Axel Kvistad, if they can both make this work, especially Axel, you know, you gotta wonder what he's feeling too because he has not won a race before, so he could be in contention to win this if Arndt doesn't make it, and he does. And meanwhile, Eric Wolf, he is 22 seconds behind John Arndt in the 05 car. He must be absolutely fuming in that car right now because he probably cannot believe what Arndt and Kvistad are trying to pull here. And might be a little bit nervous. Wolf does not want to lose another race because of fuel, because of strategy, something that was kind of out of his control. Trouble for Axel Kvistad. He's out of gas in the 40 car. Axel Kvistad, the engine just turned off. You can't even hear it. He's out of fuel in the 40 car. And John Arndt, though, Axel just ran out of gas. Arndt's got 2 corners to go, and the 05 is out of gas. The engine just turned off for him too. Into the final corner. John Arndt on the final straightaway. He's gonna bring it to pit road. Arndt, though, his pit crew is in front of the start-finish line. He's just gotta coast there. I don't see Wolf in sight. Coming to the start-finish line. I don't see Wolf, but John Arndt made it. John Arndt makes it in the 05 car. And Wolf, who just got past to the line. What on earth? John Arndt in the 05 car, he ran out of gas coming to the final corner, decided to bring it to pit lane. And Eric Wolf, who was 22 seconds back, you could see the checker flag waving. And just to be sure, John Arndt, at the checkered flag, he crosses the start finish line, and just as Eric Wolf got to the straightaway, and Wolf, I don't think he can believe what just happened, as John Arndt has won here in Russia. I'm speechless. I cannot believe John Arndt made that work. He ran out of gas at the final straightaway and just barely made it. And you have to imagine the frustration the 66 team as another one gets away from them. Axel Kvistad, he did not make it back, so he will not get a top 20 finish tonight. You're going to see John Arndt here. He's going to cross the start finish line. You're going to see the gap that was between him and Eric Wolf. It was only a couple of seconds here. You're going to see Wolf, he is going to get to the start finish line, and look where Wolf was as soon as John Arndt got to the start finish line. Wolf had just got off the final corner. John Arndt, he makes a very aggressive fuel strategy call work and has snookered pretty much the whole entire field here in Russia.